Blizzard Activision is out here getting themselves into trouble again with a seeming admission that they are discriminating in their hiring practices based on race and gender. This comes from Senkaku Complex. World of Warcraft director, we're careful not to hire too many white people. Check this out. In an interview with World of Warcraft director Ian Hazzikostas, don't care, has revealed some shocking revelations about the company's new hiring practices for the sake of the usual propaganda that is diversity and inclusion, as the director revealed that they try to avoid situations where they have multiple white people to hire, and they also mention multiple males. In a move that will hardly prove shocking considering the hatred against non-diverse people across the Western entertainment industry, World of Warcraft director Ian Hazzikostas spoke in a recent interview and explained that for the hiring process, they can't just open up a position, take the first couple dozen resumes, look through them, and pick someone out of that pile, because we may just get a couple dozen white male resumes. And he goes on to explain why that's apparently a problem. So they're basically saying they're trying to make an end run around EEOC regulations that prohibit discrimination based on race and gender. And I pulled this up. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's prohibited employment practices and policies. Under the laws enforced by EEOC, it is illegal to discriminate against someone, applicant or employee, because of that person's race, color, religion, sex, including gender identity, sexual orientation, and pregnancy, national origin, age, disability, or genetic information. It is also illegal to retaliate against a person because he or she complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. The law forbids discrimination in every aspect of employment. Now, here's how they try to get around it. I read a bit of this in the interview from GameSpeed. GameSpeed asks, "You mentioned making the team more diverse. Can you talk about that effort?" And Hazzikostas replies, "This is something that has been a goal of ours for years. We have a number of women leaders, people of color across the team. Blah blah blah. Part of why diversity is important. Trying to blah 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 blah. Recognizing that the game industry has had certain skews." Male-dominated is one obvious one, especially in design. "We need to work harder to build and find qualified candidates who are out there. We can't just open up a position, take the first couple dozen resumes, look through them, and pick someone out of that pile, because we may just get a couple dozen white male resumes." So they're basically saying they can't just hire based on qualifications because they need to discriminate. And it's not that we wouldn't hire someone who's qualified for the job. That's exactly what you just said. We will, but we'll be limiting the range of perspectives that come to our team. Again, this is not about any preferential decisions bullshit. It totally is in the hiring process itself. It's about working harder to understand how our job descriptions, the way we're sourcing candidates, the way referrals work, and all the rest are filtering out qualified candidates of other backgrounds before they even make it to us. Then once we're interviewing people, we're going to pick the best person for the job at the time. Lie. But doing that extra work up front, we have found and continue to find, leads to a more diverse team that is more reflective and of the country that we're in, and player base that plays our game globally, blah blah blah. I've seen this so many times on Twitter, especially these hiring managers out here blatantly breaking the law, saying basically whites or men need not apply. We're hiring for blah, 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 must be racially diverse, whatever. I don't have any problem with hiring anyone so long as they're qualified and as long as they're not being discriminated against based on the characteristics that are illegal to discriminate against. But this is how they're doing it. And I have to say, if you are an employee or a prospective employee of Blizzard Activision, I don't know why the hell you'd ever want to work there, but if you got turned down, I would seriously look into this, seriously look into hiring a lawyer and suing these people. And even if they're trying to make an end run around the law by saying, "Oh no, we're definitely just hiring whoever's qualified, but we're doing something." He doesn't exactly describe how they're managing to filter out white men, but they're doing something. I think this interview would be admissible in a lawsuit, frankly, to say, okay, this is. I mean, he says right here, this has been a goal of ours for years to discriminate. Okay, that's your goal. It doesn't matter that they're, somehow technically, I don't know how they're skirting the law here, but you know, this seems like it's just begging for yet another lawsuit when they're already embroiled in a lawsuit for sex discrimination. As he says, this comes after a lawsuit towards Activision Blizzard for sex discrimination against women and inequality, which the company has been using as an excuse to censor various things. Well, I think there's a case for sex discrimination against men and for racial discrimination. So that's just something I noticed this evening. Hope y'all are having a good evening, and I highly recommend not applying for a job at Activision Blizzard for obvious reasons. But thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you don't mind, and if you're not subscribed, just give it a click. Hope I earned your subscription tonight, and have a great day. See ya.